Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. My name's Tiana and today I'm going to be unboxing some books. Now, as you guys are probably aware, Black Friday was a thing that happened towards the end of November, and I actually wasn't looking for books in particular. I have tried to be a bit more conscious of what I'm buying at the minute, but I came across a tweet by Harper saying that they were having a massive Black Friday sale. I think most books were up to 40% off, and as soon as I looked at their site and saw what was available to buy at such a big discount, I was just sucked in and I placed an order. Of course, that order has now arrived. This has actually been sat here for about a week actually. I was meant to film this unboxing last week, but I was quite poorly, so I put it off until I felt a bit better, and oh my goodness you guys, I am so excited to dive into this box. So I've brought my trusty kitchen knife up here and I'm just gonna kind of dive in. I am quite scared that I'm going to damage some of these books though, because I have done that in the past where I've been a bit too keen and have ended up damaging the book inside with my knife. So hopefully I don't do that this time. I am sorry that I'm not showing you the box. It is because my address is printed on the front of it, but I have now gotten in and oh, I'm so excited. So you can't really see anything at the minute. It is just my order confirmation. So let's just take that off and see if you guys can guess what these first two books are. Now I am going to try and group the books that I bought into different categories because some of them do go together. But first off, the one with the red cover that you saw is a book that I have been wanting for a while now. I saw a lot of hype about it when it first came out and it's just stuck with me ever since. That book is The Final Strife by Sarah El Arifi, and all I know about this one is that it's an adult fantasy book. Now all this says on the back is the Empire rules by blood. Red is the blood of the elite, of magic, of control. They are the embers. Blue is the blood of the poor, of workers, of the resistance. They are the dusters. Clear is the blood of the servants, of the crushed, of the invisible. They are the ghostings. Is that rule about to come to an end? This definitely reminds me of Red Rising in the fact that we have different caste systems, and that the caste system is determined by your blood in this case versus the one you were born into in Red Rising. So that instantly had me intrigued because I read Red Rising a while ago now. Really enjoyed it. So when I realised that this one did have a similar plot, I was instantly intrigued, and yeah, now that I actually have it, it's made me even more excited to dive in. This book also has these beautiful end pages, which again is just making me want to read it even more. And then there is actually a quote on the back of this one as well that says, "There are no chosen ones here, only bad choices and blood," and that's a quote by Tasha Shuri, who is the author of The Jasmine Throne. Definitely let me know if you guys have heard of this book, whether it sounds like your type of thing or not, and if you have read it, please let me know your thoughts. As I mentioned, this is one that I saw a lot of hype around when it first came out. Since then, I don't think I've seen too much about it, but nevertheless, I'm so excited to dive in and I'm really glad to now own it. Oh my goodness, you guys. Right, next up I'm going to show you the pretty books that I bought, which sounds quite weird, but you'll understand once I show you. So these are books that I am actually collecting. I do have 3 of them so far, and now I've added another 2 to my collection. So here we have Snow White and Other Fairy Tales by the Brothers Grimm, and The Beauty and the Beast by Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve. I'm really sorry if I'm pronouncing that wrong, but these are the stunning Mina Lima editions, and once again I'm just so excited to finally own these. So let me just take the plastic off because I feel like the glare is very distracting. Okay, so that is definitely a lot better. You can see how reflective these are. I'm genuinely just staring at them in the viewfinder and I am obsessed. So this is a little close-up of Snow White. As I mentioned, it is beautiful. You can see all the detail in it there and the different characters on the front. This is what it looks like on the back, which I will read out to you in a minute, I think, just to give you guys some more information about the story itself. These are the end pages, and then I will try and show you as best I can, but look at that. We just have so many different elements to it. Like, wow. This is so cool. I don't know if you can see that, but this is filled with 3D pullouts, interactive little bits like this. Oh wow. And then, oh look how cool this gingerbread house is, you guys. I love it so much. So yeah, it's essentially just a fun, interactive way to consume these stories, but it's also visually beautiful. I genuinely cannot wait to sit down one day and pour through this one. I've never actually read the original Brothers Grimm fairy tales, which is crazy to me considering how much I love fairy tales and different mythologies and things like that. And I'm definitely excited to see the darker take on the story as opposed to the classic Disney story that everyone is aware of. So on the back of this one it says, since its original publication in 1812 under the name Children's and Household Tales, no other comprehensive collection of fairy tales has quite captured the hearts and minds of generations of readers like Grimm's fairy tales. Jacob and Wilhelm Grimm's renowned German tales come to life in this deluxe compendium, taking readers on an adventure through 20 of their most popular and well-loved stories. Beloved classics such as Snow White, Sleeping Beauty, Cinderella, Rapunzel, Hansel and Gretel, Rumpelstiltskin, The Elves and the Shoemaker, and more are reimagined like never before, and illustrated with specially commissioned artwork and 9 exclusive interactive features, all designed by the award-winning design studio Mina Lima. This spectacular edition will enthrall readers of all ages and be the perfect gift for every occasion. I definitely agree. If I were to get this as a gift, I would be over the moon. And this is definitely an amazing gift idea if you're unsure what to get someone for Christmas. There are a few of these editions out there. I have Peter Pan, The Little Mermaid, Alice's Adventures in Wonderland, Snow White and Other Stories, and of course Beauty and the Beast. So yeah, it's definitely a fun little thing that someone can collect, and as I mentioned, for a fairy tale lover like myself, I'm so happy to finally own this one. Moving on to the Beauty and the Beast, this is what the cover looks like. Again, it's just the most beautiful thing. It's so reflective and has such amazing artwork. Then this is what it looks like on the back. It has similar end pages on this one, but instead of apples we have hearts. And again, throughout this one we just have such amazing artwork. There are some pull-out things here as well, which I'm not going to play with too much at the minute because otherwise things are going to start falling out everywhere. But yeah, look at this, you guys. This one feels a lot thinner than the Snow White book in terms of the pull-outs. I feel like the Snow White and Other Stories one does have a bit more. But this also has some really cool things here that I will of course be looking at a bit more in depth later on. But again, I'm just absolutely obsessed with this. Love the story of Beauty and the Beast. And again, it'll be fun to actually dive into the original tale and see how it differs from the tale that we know and love today. The back of this one is pretty much the same as the Snow White one in terms of it lets you know the additions and that sort of thing. But once again, I will just read it out. It says, one of the most beloved fairy tales of all time gets reimagined in this deluxe unabridged collector's edition. Since its initial publication in 1740, generations of readers have been captivated by Gabrielle Suzanne Barbeau de Villeneuve's timeless story about a beautiful young girl who falls in love with a ferocious beast. With all new lush illustrations and exclusive interactive elements from the award-winning design studio Mina Lima, this charming book invites you to explore the beast's enchanted palace with beauty and a host of other magical creatures. It's the perfect addition to any library and sure to delight readers of all ages. As you can tell, I'm so happy to finally own these two now. Also, I did forget to show you the spines. There we go, you can kind of see them a bit better here. We have this design on the top, we have some illustrations, and then some more as we go down as well. These just look so beautiful on your bookshelf, and I can't wait to put them with my other editions where I can stare at them all day. Next up we have another two books that I'm so excited about, and these are books that I've actually wanted for quite a while. One of them is more of a newer release, but I've wanted this edition since I've seen it, and the other one I've been wanting for years because you might have guessed it from the sneak peek I showed you earlier, but I have two books revolving around Tolkien here. And the first one is actually more of a nod towards the Lord of the Rings films in particular. So here we have Anything You Can Imagine, Peter Jackson and the Making of Middle-earth by Ian Nathan, with a foreword by Andy Serkis. I've actually met Andy Serkis, absolutely love him, and of course I love Peter Jackson as well. He is responsible for creating the Lord of the Rings trilogy and bringing Tolkien's world to life, as well as the Hobbit trilogy. Actually, I forget that he also did those. But yeah, I will forever be grateful for him him for that. Those are my absolute world. You guys know I'm obsessed with the Lord of the Rings trilogy and The Hobbit and of course all the rest of Tolkien's works, but I did want to get this one in particular to kind of dive into the filmmaking aspect of it and to see how Peter Jackson went about creating Tolkien's world and bringing it to life. One thing I will say though, don't know if you can tell, this copy is pretty badly damaged actually. The pages are all folded up and yeah, it's not the best, so I do think I am going to take a picture of this and send it over to HarperCollins just to kind of let them know, I guess, and see if they can maybe offer me a replacement. I will probably send this one back. I think with any other book I wouldn't be too bothered, but because this is a book that I've been wanting for so long, it's a book I know I'm going to love, I really do want an undamaged copy, because look at that, you guys, that is really not it. But anyway, let's just read the back of this one so you guys can know what it's about. It says, J.R.R. Tolkien's The Lord of the Rings was the greatest work of fantasy in modern literature, and the biggest, with rights ownership so labyrinthine it would baffle a wizard. Vast, complex, unfilmable. One does not simply walk into Mordor, unless that is, you are Peter Jackson. Anything you can imagine tells the full dramatic story of how Jackson and his trusty fellowship of Kiwi filmmakers dared take on a quest every bit as daunting as Frodo's and transform Tolkien's epic tale of adventure into cinematic magic, and then did it again with The Hobbit. Enriched with brand new interviews with the director and many of the film's stars, Ian Nathan's mesmerising narrative whisks us to Middle-earth to gaze over Jackson's shoulder and witness all the highs and lows as he creates the impossible, the unforgettable, and proves that filmmaking really is anything you can imagine. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited to read this, you guys. This is probably one that I will start reading as soon as I finish this video. I just think this is going to be an amazing book. It's a long one actually, I didn't expect it to be this long. It's around 560 pages, but as I mentioned, this is one I've been wanting for a while. I'm so interested in it. I love cinematography and things like that. Very interested in the behind the scenes aspect of films, and I definitely would have gone on to study films and media if that was more readily available to me here in Wales, but unfortunately it wasn't, and I went down a different path. But I'm very excited to dive into this one, and I do think it's one that I'm going to absolutely love. And then this book, you guys, is one that I wasn't sure if I was ever going to buy, because even though I absolutely love this edition, I still have not read this book and it absolutely terrifies me. Now, if you're aware of Tolkien's works, you might be able to tell what this one is, but just in case that you don't, it is the Silmarillion. Now, once again, I am just going to quickly take off the plastic because I need to show you this book. I am just in awe of how beautiful it is, and it definitely deserves its own moment on this channel. So let me just sort this out for you. Oh my gosh, I love it so much. Right, so this is the cover, but look, you guys, if I turn it round, hopefully you'll be able to see that, but we have some Elvish text on the pages itself. It's like a sprayed edge, a green sprayed edge with the Elvish text. Oh my goodness, I love it so much. I don't think there are any, oh, I'm wrong. I was going to say I don't think there will be any other special features on this, but no, we have this design printed onto the book itself, and I mean, look at that foiling, you guys. Isn't it just amazing? Do we also have a map? Is this a map? Let's see. Yes, it is. Wow, okay, so we have this map here, which, can I just mention, the maps in these books are some of my favourite ever things. I just think, once again, that they are beautiful. Wow, this is insane. And yeah, it just says Map of the Silmarillion by J.R.R. Tolkien, so this is definitely a cool thing to have. Another cool thing about this book is that it does feature illustrations throughout, so this is a glimpse at one of the pages, and then I have just skipped to another random page to show you this one as well, which I love the artwork for this one. Right, this one just fell out as well, so I think this is another map, and this is even prettier. So hopefully this is in focus, but this is the map of Beleriand, which I hope that I'm pronouncing correctly. Once again, this is just gorgeous. I love the mountains to the side here and the trees as well. But let me just tell you what this book is about, because I genuinely have no idea how to describe it to you, other than the fact that it is a compilation of the history of Middle-earth, and it does get very confusing. So it says here, the Silmarilli were 3 perfect jewels, fashioned by Fëanor, most gifted of the elves, and within them was imprisoned the last light of the 2 trees of Valanor. but the first Dark Lord Morgoth stole the jewels and set them within his iron crown, guarded in the impenetrable fortress of Angband in the north of Middle-earth. The Silmarillion is the history of the rebellion of Fëanor and his kindred against the gods, their exile from Valinor and return to Middle-earth, and their war, hopeless despite all the heroism, against the great enemy. It's the ancient drama to which the characters in The Lord of the Rings look back, and in whose events some of them such as Elrond and Galadriel took part. The book also includes several shorter works. The Ainulindale is a myth of the creation, and in the Valenquenta, the nature and powers of each of the gods is described. The Akallabeth recounts the downfall of the great island kingdom of Númenor at the end of the Second Age, and of the Rings of Power tells of the great events at the end of the Third Age, as narrated in The Lord of the Rings. This definitive new edition includes, by way of an introduction, a letter written by Tolkien in 1951, which provides a brilliant exposition of the earlier ages, and for the first time in its history is presented with J.R. Tolkien's own paintings and drawings, which reveal the breathtaking grandeur and the beauty of his vision of the first age of Middle-earth. This is one that I am going to treasure forever. It's going to go straight on my Tolkien shelf with the rest of my editions. If you are interested in seeing my Tolkien shelf, I will have it linked up above. Warning, there are a lot of books. It is quite overwhelming. I am a Tolkien collector, and so this is definitely one that I wanted to add to my collection, but I did think that it was going to take me longer to buy this one because it is pretty expensive. However, of course, with it being 40% off, I jumped at the chance, and I'm so happy to now own this one. So those are all of the books that I bought. However, HarperCollins did send me an extra book, and that one is Wistress by Nadine Brands. This is the author of Fawkes and Romanov. I haven't read any of those books actually, but this definitely sounds more up my street. This one says, she didn't ask to be the Wistress. Mirth was born with the ability to turn her tears into wishes, but when a granted wish goes wrong, she is cursed. The next tear she sheds will kill her. She must travel to the well to break the curse before it can claim her life, and before the king's militaren find her. To survive the journey, Mirth must harden her heart to keep herself from crying even a single tear. He can stop time with the snap of his fingers. Bastian's powerful and rare talent came in handy when he kidnapped the old king. Now the new king has a job for him. Find the Wistress and deliver her to the Skloss. But Bastian needs a wish of his own. He gains Mirth's trust by promising to take her to the well, but once he gets what he needs, he'll turn her in, as long as his growing feelings for the girl with the stone heart don't compromise him. Their quest can end only one way, with her death. Everyone seems to need a wish. The king, Mirth's cousin, the boy she thinks she loves, and they're ready to bully, beg, and betray her for it. No one knows that to grant even one wish, Mirth would pay with her life, and if she tells them about the curse, they'll just kill her anyway. That actually sounds pretty good. I didn't request this one at all. It was just sent to me unsolicited, but I thought I would show it here because it is a book from HarperCollins. Not sure when I'll get to this one. I feel like it will be one where I will just pick up once I'm in the mood for it. And I haven't really seen anything about this one, so I might have to do some research on it, read some reviews and see whether it's one that I want to read, or dive into it without really knowing anything. But there we have it, you guys. These are all of the books that I bought in that HarperCollins sale. I'm so excited for each and every single one. They are beautiful books as well, which definitely gives them a bit more bonus points, and yeah, I definitely can't wait to dive into all of them. If you have read any of these books, please leave your thoughts on them down below. I truly do value your guys' opinions, and they really do help me when I come to pick up a new book and want something that I know people have enjoyed. If you've made it this far into the video though and would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and leave me an apple emoji down below. Of course, we featured Snow White in this haul, and I think that is a pretty good emoji to sum up this video. I've had a couple of read books, so there's a bit of a theme going on here, and of course the end pages have apples on them. So if you don't have anything in particular that you would like to say, but you would like to let me know that you're still here, please go ahead and comment that emoji now. As well as that, please don't forget to click the like button if you like this video, and the subscribe button if you'd like to see more content from me. Thank you so much for watching. It truly does mean the world to me, and I will see you soon in my next video. Goodbye!